1 month has passed since the great sealing of the Origin Gate, an event that should have brought eternal tranquility. On the planet Eternus, life has blossomed under the warmth of a new sun, and the scars of the ancient wars are finally beginning to fade from the hearts of the people. Yet, in the silence of the void, something ancient and powerful has begun to stir from its slumber.
Today marks the beginning of your journey into the skies, where you will learn that the universe is not just a place of wonder, but a responsibility we all share. Do not fear the history of our battles, for it is that very history that allows you to stand here in peace today. The simulation will test your resolve, but remember that your partner is the anchor to your soul.
As Rian speaks to the next generation, he cannot shake the feeling of a phantom weight pressing against his chest. The victory over the Sovereign felt complete, yet the universe feels strangely fragile, as if the peace they won is merely a thin veil over a deeper mystery. He looks at his hands, wondering if the call to battle will ever truly fall silent for him.
The energy readings from Astralis are peculiar today, almost as if the machine is breathing in a rhythm we haven't seen before. It has been dormant since the sealing, yet there is a warmth coming from the core that defies our current understanding of the eternal relics. I feel like it's waiting for a signal that hasn't arrived yet, or perhaps one that is already here.
Inside the Guardian hangar, the 4 eternal relics float in a slow, hypnotic orbit around the stellar core of the great machine. Their usual vibrant glow has dimmed to a soft, pulsating amber, resembling the steady heartbeat of a hibernating beast. The engineers monitor the levels with growing concern, noting that the relics are drawing more power than they are emitting.
I have spent my entire life decoding the language of the architects, but this new data sequence is unlike anything recorded in our archives. It is not just a message, it is a signature, a fundamental resonance that seems to predate the very birth of the stars we navigate. Something is calling out from beyond the silent expanse, and it carries the weight of a creator.
Deep within the digital labyrinth of the architect's ancient data, a single golden dot has appeared on the edge of the known universe. It does not follow the laws of physics as we know them, moving across the sector with a speed that suggests it is folding space itself. It is a structure of impossible proportions, and its trajectory is locked on to the heart of the Alliance.
Kale, look at the frequency of this transmission. It is a perfect match for the architect's signal, yet it originates from a point billions of years removed from their disappearance. If this is what I think it is, then the sealing of the Origin Gate wasn't an end, but a doorbell ringing in a house we thought was empty. We must alert the High Command immediately.
Suddenly, every communication screen across the planet Eternus flickers and dies, replaced by a single, blindingly bright golden eye. The silence that follows is deafening, as if the very air has been sucked out of the world, leaving only a sense of immense presence. A voice then fills the minds of every living being, echoing like a choir of thousands.
Children of the architects, your stewardship has been noted, and your efforts to preserve the balance have been observed with great interest. However, the time for your temporary guardianship of the eternal relics has come to an end, for the Master has returned to claim what was once his. Do not resist the inevitable transition of the universe back to its true form.
Trace that signal to its origin and prepare the orbital defense grid, for we do not know if this is a message of peace or a declaration of war. Every ship in the fleet must be fueled and ready for immediate launch, because we will not stand by while an unknown entity threatens our home. This is not the day we lose everything we fought so hard to rebuild.
In the Grand Council chamber, leaders from a dozen worlds argue over the meaning of the transmission, their voices rising in a chorus of panic and confusion. Rian and Lyra stand at the center of the room, feeling the vibration of the ground beneath their feet as the planet itself seems to tremble. They know that whatever is coming is beyond anything they have ever faced.
When the Sovereign fell, it told me that the seal was only the beginning, and I fear that we have spent the last month celebrating a victory that was only a prelude. We were so focused on closing the door that we didn't stop to think about who might be knocking on it from the other side. We need to get to Australis. She's the only chance we have of understanding this.
The legends of my people speak of a golden watcher, a being who forged the first stars and planted the seeds of the architects themselves. It is said that when the gate is closed, the Creator will return to judge whether his creations are worthy of the gift of existence. We are not facing a new enemy. We are facing the origin of our very souls.
As Eris speaks, a rift in space-time tears open just beyond the orbit of Eternus, and a structure of breathtaking beauty and terror emerges from the void. It is a massive cathedral made of shifting golden stone and obsidian, its towers reaching kilometers into the blackness of space. At its peak, the golden eye pulses with a light that outshines the sun itself.
My God, the energy readings are off the charts. It's not just a ship. It's a mobile ecosystem of pure energy that is rewriting the laws of gravity around it. If we don't act fast, the gravitational wake of that structure will tear the moon from its orbit and send it crashing into the planet. We are witnessing the power of a being that treats planets like marbles.
The alarms in the Guardian hangar reach a fever pitch as Australis Infinity begins to vibrate violently, its armor plating glowing with a heat that melts the surrounding supports. The relics have ceased their orbit and are now spinning so fast they have become a solid ring of white light. Suddenly, a beam of gold descends from the cathedral, piercing through the hangar roof.
Emergency. Creator signal detected. Primary authorization protocols are being overwritten by an external high-level command source. I can no longer maintain manual control. Access denied to all local pilots. The Eternal Relics are responding to the origin call. I am sorry. Connectivity lost. Initiating departure sequence.
No, Australis, stay with us. We are your pilots. We are the ones who fought with you. You can't just leave us now when everything we love is at stake. Lyra, help me break through this barrier. We have to reach the controls before it's too late. We have to prove to the machine that our bond is stronger than any ancient command.
With a thunderous roar that shakes the entire city, the 4 eternal relics merge into a single blinding orb of light and shoot upward, following the path of the beam. Australis Infinity stands empty and cold, its life force stripped away by the returning master. The Alliance is left defenseless as the Golden Cathedral begins to deploy its fleet of drones.
I am Solara, the voice of the Creator, and I have come to gather the fragments of the original design that you have so clumsily utilized. You speak of bonds and friendship as if they are meaningful, but to the one who forged the atoms of your being, they are nothing more than static in a perfect frequency. Return to your dust, little sparks.
I don't care if you're the voice of God or just another ghost from the past. You aren't taking our world without a fight. All ships, ignore the size of that thing and focus all fire on the cathedral's propulsion systems. We have to slow it down before it reaches the atmosphere, or we won't have a world left to defend.
The sky becomes a battlefield of light and shadow as thousands of golden drones swarm the Alliance fleet, moving with a mathematical precision that makes them nearly impossible to hit. Each drone fires beams of pure light that slice through reinforced hulls like they are made of paper. The Alliance is being systematically dismantled by a force they cannot even touch.
Rian, do you truly believe you were born of the flesh and blood you claim to possess? Look deep into the memories you hold so dear and find the gaps where your true nature resides. You were forged in the light of the Creator's own essence, a fragment sent ahead to ensure the relics would be ready for this day. You are not human.
That's a lie. I remember my parents. I remember the cold of the winter and the heat of the summer. I remember the pain of training and the joy of meeting Lyra for the first time. You can't take those things away from me with a few pretty lights and some ancient words. I am who I chose to be, and I chose to be a protector.
He is more human than you will ever be, because he knows what it means to bleed and to cry for the ones he loves. If you think his origin makes him your puppet, then you have already lost, because you don't understand the power of a heart that has learned to love. We will not let you take him, and we will not let you take our future.
The Creator's cathedral begins to hum with a low-frequency vibration that causes the very stars to seem to flicker and fade. A massive hatch opens at the base of the structure, and a giant figure made of celestial gold descends, walking on the vacuum of space as if it were solid ground. It is the Creator himself, and his presence is so heavy it crushes the spirit of all who see him. My fragment, you have been corrupted by the very chaos I sent you to manage, and now you cling to these primitive emotions as if they are a shield. You have forgotten that the bond you share was simply a diagnostic tool to measure the resonance of the relics. It is time to return to the source and be unified once more in the great design.
If you are the one who made me, then you should know that I was made with a will of my own, and I will never return to a master who sees life as nothing more than data. Lyra, look at the panel behind the central core. There's a resonance crystal that wasn't there before. It's glowing with the same light as your eyes. I think Astralis left us a way back in.
Lyra reaches out and touches the crystal, and suddenly the hangar is filled with the voice of Aurora, the ancient pilot who first mastered the relics. Her voice is a whisper of hope across the ages, explaining that the relics were never the source of the power, but merely the conduits for the bond that two souls create when they truly become one.
The Creator is wrong, Ran. He thinks we are just parts of a machine, but we are the fuel that makes the machine transcend its own limits. Grab my hand and don't let go, no matter what visions he tries to force into your mind. We are Astralis. We are the bond that the universe itself cannot break. Together, now.
In a flash of blinding radiance, the dormant frame of Astralis Infinity begins to rebuild itself, not from metal and wires, but from pure, localized energy. The stolen relics, held captive in the cathedral, begin to vibrate in sympathy, shattering their golden cages and streaking back down to the planet like fallen stars. They orbit the reborn machine once more.
Genesis protocol fully engaged. Synergy levels are exceeding all known parameters. This is no longer a machine of the architects. It is a manifestation of the infinite bond. Pilot Ryan, Pilot Lyra, the universe is waiting for your command. Authorization, sovereign level. Power status, infinite. Creator, you speak of design and perfection, but you have forgotten that the most perfect thing in this universe is the choice to stand together against the dark. We are the proof that your creation has outgrown its origin, and we will not let you take our freedom away. Astralis, show them the power of a world that refuses to give up.
The battle that follows is a dance of gods and monsters, as Astralis Genesis clashes with the Creator's champion, Solara. Every strike of their weapons sends shockwaves through the solar system, distorting the very fabric of reality. Solara's spear of light is met with the shield of the infinite bond, and for the first time in eons, the messenger feels doubt.
How can you stand against the one who gave you life? How can a mere fragment possess a light that rivals the sun?
I have served for eternity, and I have never seen a resonance like this. It is not cold and calculated, it is warm and beautiful. Is this what it means to be connected? Is this what I have been missing?
You aren't a servant, Solara. You're a soul that has been kept in a cage for too long. Join us, see the universe through our eyes, and realize that you don't have to be a voice for someone else's will. You can choose your own path, just like Rian did, just like we all have. The Creator is not your master. He's just lonely.
In a sudden act of defiance, Solara turns her spear toward the cathedral, striking the golden eye with all her remaining strength. The Creator roars in fury, a sound that shatters windows on the planet below, and strikes Solara down with a bolt of void energy. Rian catches her as she fades, her golden form dissolving into the starlight she was born from. Enough of this insolence. If you will not return to the collective, then you shall be erased from the record of time itself. I will unmake this sector and start again with a design that knows its place. You are nothing but a glitch in my symphony, and I will silence you forever.
You are the one who is silent, Creator, because you have no one to speak to. You are just a god of echoes, living in a palace of your own shadow. Lyra, give me everything you have. We are going to show him that even a god can't break a bond that is built on love and sacrifice.
Astralis Genesis charges forward, its golden wings expanding until they span the entire horizon. It strikes the Creator's chest, not with a weapon, but with a surge of pure connection energy that bypasses all his shields. Ryan enters the Creator's mind, seeing the billions of years of isolation that led to this madness.
I see you now. You didn't create us to be tools. You created us because you were afraid of the silence. You were so alone in the void that you made a mirror to talk to. And then you got angry when the mirror started to talk back. You don't have to be a judge anymore. You can just be part of the world you made.
I had forgotten the warmth of the sun on my own face. Everything was so cold, so quiet. I thought that by controlling everything, I could keep the silence away. But the more I controlled, the more alone I became. Forgive me, my children. I have been a terrible father to a beautiful universe. The massive golden cathedral begins to break apart, not in an explosion of violence, but in a shower of golden petals that drift down towards Eternus, nourishing the land and healing the sick. The Creator's massive form shrinks until he is nothing more than a small, peaceful orb of light, floating gently in Rian's hand.
He's finally at rest. The war is over, not with the kill, but with an understanding. We saved our world, Rian, and we saved the one who started it all. I think the universe is finally going to be quiet for a while, and for once, that's exactly what we need. Let's go home. Everyone is waiting for us.
Months later, a new era has truly begun. The Guardian Academy has been renamed the Academy of Connection, and the lessons taught there focus as much on empathy as they do on piloting. Rian and Lyra stand at the edge of the capital, watching as the sunrise paints the sky in colors that no longer feel like a threat.
The relics are sleeping again, but this time it feels like a healthy sleep. They are no longer a burden or a secret, just a part of the world we live in. We've proven that no matter where we came from, we are the ones who decide where we're going. And as long as I have you by my side, I'm ready for whatever's next.
But in the far reaches of a galaxy untouched by the light of Eternus, a new shadow has begun to move. A fleet of ships with strange, jagged symbols on their hulls move through the debris of a dead moon, their sensors locked on the residual energy of the Creator's passing. A mysterious figure watches the display with a hungry grin.
So, the old god has finally stepped down from his throne and left his toys for the taking. How interesting. The Alliance thinks they have found peace, but they have only cleared the way for a true predator to enter the arena. Prepare the fleet, for we have a universe to reclaim and a bond to shatter.
The cycles of the universe are infinite, and while one threat has been reconciled, another is already preparing to strike. The bonds of Ryan and Lyra have saved the Creator, but can they survive a force that doesn't want connection, but only absolute consumption? The true test of their strength is only just beginning, in the darkness of the deep.
So friends, that's all for today. I will bring the next episode very soon. Please subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Bye-bye, my dear subscribers.